Hello, and it's another movie corner, but this time is a little bit different. We are doing a film from Netflix today instead of one being done from the theaters. Today we are talking about Happy Gilmore 2 because that's just what Adam Sandler's running out of shit to come up with, so he's just doing sequels to all of his old films. Which a lot of people don't know, I am a huge Adam Sandler fan. I haven't reviewed anything on his channel. I have debated on doing like random reviews of all of his movies, but that's maybe in the future. That being said, Happy Gilmore is one of the funniest Adam Sandler films. So hearing that we were gonna get a sequel to it, I was like, okay, I gotta watch this. And it's an Adam Sandler movie. Like that's the most you could say about it. It's an Adam Sandler movie. You get you get his raunchy comedy, you get his yelling, you get his screaming, you get Adam Sandler. But I feel like you get 90s Adam Sandler in this again. Like the character still feels the same, but slightly more mature now that the character is, 30 years older. Um, but I really enjoyed the film. I will admit I was laughing a lot throughout the movie. Um, but we words. We will do so. Just so you got a little bit of plot. Um, so right off the bat, they throw some crap at you. Where you know Gilmore's doing he's doing happy. Sorry, I'm doing multiple things. My brain is on ADHD mode right now. You get Happy Gilmore, you get his storyline, you know, it does really well to showcase the original film since it's been 30 years. Good God, I'm old. Um, but the character even goes into the whole aspect of 30 years later. So basically, Gilmore is showcases him being, Gilmore, winning tournaments, making a family, which gets extensive to the point he's got four boys and one girl. Um, and so this episode is gonna kind of be a little bit spoilery because it's the main focus of the film. So it's more of a there's no way to avoid spoiling this. So that part is Virginia, the girl that Happy marries and you know gets with in uh the original film. She comes back, but during a tour, she gets whacked in the face with one of Happy's own shots and is killed. And yeah, I was just like, well, fuck, that took a dark turn. But he basically ends up, he becomes moody, gives up golfing, um, ends up losing all of his money. The typical, sports movie where the athlete gives up everything because of something that happens in his life, and then the whole movie is him trying to get back into doing what he loved to do and, showcasing that not give up on your dreams and shit like that. But that's basically the plot. I do love the fact that both of Sandler's kids are in that have roles in this. one of his daughter plays his actual daughter in the movie. The other daughter plays a different character that he meets in Alcoholics Anonymous or Alcoholic Anonymous, what, however that's pronounced. I've never needed it, so. Uh, but from there, the basic plot is, Happy has one daughter. He wants her to be happy. He wants her to succeed, all while his life is miserable and all that kind of stuff. So, in the process of everything, he is presented with a aspect of there's this guy who's going around trying to make his own like golf expansion, I guess you would call it, and he's wanting to add things to golf to make it less boring. Um, which it doesn't really explain what he's adding until the tournament starts. But um, he does a bunch of things to try to, convince Gilmore to join, but he keeps turning it down. And then he finds out that, he's massively in debt, and what he wants to do for his daughter is going to be a shitload of money to get her into dance school and stuff like that. So he decides he's going to get back into it. There's a part where he's trying to get back into the swing of things. But he, meets golfers. They don't believe it's happy. They end up, because of how drunk he has gotten in that incident, it ends up being a golf cart accident that, ends up getting him arrested. He gets sent to Alcoholic Anonymous. You see Ben Stiller is still Ben Stiller. Um, and uh, you see how much he's struggling to actually be happy. Um, but eventually he gets into getting back into tournaments, all while, because he was turned down, the guy making this golf group begins to do it anyway, and then ends up releasing from the psych ward Shooter McGavin. And uh Gavin actually turns on him, saying, "No, what you're doing is wrong." Because basically, part of the big spoils is that in order to be better at golfing, they figured out if you take out one of your lumbar spines, that you could, have more torque to have better swings. So they start doing surgeries on a bunch of people, including Becky Lynch from WWE, which kind of made me laugh. They just let Becky go feral. Um, but from there, they basically did everything and wanted to, you know, Happy doesn't believe in all this stuff, so it ends up being group of Happy's people and Shooter's people versus this new group. And, it's the typical comedy sports movie where, you know, the bad guy group is obviously 10 times better than the heroes, but they end up losing anyway because of their cockiness. But the way that they change everything, what they want to add to golf, is basically making it like freaking gladiators and American Ninja combined with golf. So, there's like fire pits, Uh, there's trees that there's trees that are massive, so you have to shoot over the trees. Um, there's there's bumpers that you would get at the pool tables. Um, there's just a bunch of different other stuff, but the movie is, Happy Gilmore too. It feels just like the first film. It's a sequel to a comedy. You're gonna get the same type, and typically the sequel is not as good as the first one. But I really enjoyed this movie. I don't know if it's the nostalgia or if it's just because I love stupid comedy when it comes to my comedy films. So I enjoyed it. If you like Adam Sandler, you're gonna like this. It's the same type of comedy you would get at any other Adam Sandler film, and continuing where he began is honestly great. Seeing his whole career circling back down to his first film idea, it's really good. I really enjoyed it, so I suggest you go check it out. It's on Netflix. This is not sponsored. This is just me saying how I feel about it. That being said, thank you for watching.